All right, Cass, please tell me how we have an uplifting situation coming.
I would love to tell you that, but I try not to lie when possible. So we do have a great story. I wish there was more alcohol in my cup to read it, because
here we go.
A doozy. Brace yourself, kids. Yes. This is from Chris, and as Brian had called out before, my internal monologue tends to come out, so I will try my best to note when I am speaking to you and Chris is not. That said, no promises. Hashtag not sorry. Okay, so enter Chris. We just finished your... No, there's no we there. Just finished your Nip, Slips, and Dolly episode. Another fantastic offering of the weird. You were discussing how there's already a genre of porn for any conceivable topic, otherwise known as internet rule number 34.
I love him.
This reminded me of the story of my very first porn VHS I ever purchased. Yes, I am old as fuck. Having just turned 18 and bored in a small town with nothing better to do, my best friend, girlfriend, and myself decided to take a trek to the 50 miles to the closest adult bookstore to buy a porno.
50 miles with a
says Cassie. 50 miles. It's like a good hour on the road. Let's see here. We grabbed the first box with a semi-hot chick. Bad decision, says Cassie. Headed home, popped some popcorn, and settled in on the couch, ready to see whatever was in store. The first few scenes in the compilation were pretty standard, but then it got weird. Deep breaths here. Okay. The scenes started fairly simple with a couple of, quote, Secret Service, unquote, agents interviewing a woman for a job. This was during the Clinton presidency, so at least they were staying topical. Mm-hmm. You're gonna take a drink.
Growing up, I thought it was repulsive of the whole Clinton situation. Oh, and you just drank vinegar. Mm-hmm. But looking back now, we should do a president situation, because
I would love to go back to the days where the things that America got upset about were a president getting a blowjob under a desk.
Not only that, it was Clinton, and hey, good on you, Monica, because you gave every 6 to 8. Like I get it. I totally get it.
I get it.
And she's like pretty witty right now too. So anyway, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you though. Okay.
Have you seen the young things on him too? On Clinton? Like the young interviews with him when he was running, and
no, he's very charismatic.
But like when he first started out, he was kind of a little dumb. Like not really dumb, but dumb enough to where you're like, oh my god, it could have totally like changed the turret. And anyway, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm gonna hang out over here thinking of
the course of history. Yeah, drink your coffee. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that last line to catch us back up to speed. This was during the Clinton presidency, so at least they were staying topical. These gentlemen were very thorough in checking all of her qualifications. So one thing led to another, and before long, she was taking double anal from two very gifted porn stars. Mm-hmm. Now, she could have always possessed this talent, but given the surprise on everyone's face the first time it happened, it appeared that she had gained a new skill during the interview. Upon one of the many times pulling out, the inside of her ass followed in what looked like the most unholy red chrysanthemum ever.
Okay, what is that? Okay, what is that information?
A chrysanthemum is a flower. You can Google the chrysanthemum.
I don't know if my computer wants that.
Flowers that are red in color. It's just a flower, but it has a look to it, like most petals, how they layer. But chrysanthemum tend to be.
Okay, I'm
just Google it and then compare it to an anus. Just do that for me. This is where shit gets weird. If you have alcohol, take a drink now. The remaining 10 minutes of the video consisted of finding new and creative ways to showcase her new talent. All right. One popular trick involved the guys filling her ass with cum, sticking her ass up in the air, and then extending her pink sock.
Oh, Jesus.
Extending her pink sock, spilling all of the contents down her torso. The grand finale consisted of a cinematic genius close-up side shot. A full 2 inches of her inverted colon was sticking straight up in the air while a guy jerked off, dribbling drops of cum down the gaping horror of her ass. Making the whole situation even more disturbing was how much longer this went on. The more she devoured into the incoherent mess, mumbling random orders and seemingly barely aware of her surroundings. I'm literally reading this and trying not to process any other thought at all right
time
now.
out.
It's so intense.
You're watching. You take a drink of your vinegar because that's not going to help this situation. But you're watching this with your girlfriend and your best friend the first time with popcorn and not enough alcohol. Because even though you were able to get whatever in your parents' liquor cabinet, you were not able to get enough alcohol because you weren't 21. And sorry, I'm just sitting there like when I was 18. If you're like watching this with your girlfriends at 18, like you haven't done double anal penetration, like
no,
unless you're a porn star, you haven't done double anal.
That boyfriend has ruined all opportunity for anal in the future with this girl, this specific girl. Like she's done for life. Like she's never even
get a new girlfriend. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, check her out.
Single
if you want
anal.
That, you gotta find somebody.
It's not happening. Right, go ahead. Oh Jesus, go ahead. Have you seen this one, Brian?
Needless to say.
Oh, you've seen this? Okay.
I think I was
You were in it? Okay.
No,
We're gonna erase Matrix.
Needless to say, this was a shocking introduction to porn and likely somewhat responsible for my current level of twisted. Regardless, this film will forever be known as the Flowering Asshole Video and was required watching for any new people unlucky enough to find themselves in our circle of friends. I can see that. I tell you this for the same reason. And so that you can suffer with this mental image just as I do. Fucking
we're suffering.
Legit, like bracing myself while I read this.
Mm-hmm.
I recently discovered the quote prolapse unquote porn is now indeed a full genre on one can seek out. And I am just as disturbed now as when I first found it. Unfortunately, I have still yet to find the digital version of this timeless classic, but that old VHS is around here somewhere if anyone has a VCR. I am loving the show.
Kicking ass like her, oh God, like her ass got kicked.
Like, I don't even, there's nothing. So again, with our last conversation about like obsessions and fetish porn and all the sites and things of that nature, looking for weird porn, I've stumbled across some crazy fucking things. Have not seen that as a category yet. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, but that is something I would hard avoid. Like there are things I'm just curious about to see how they actually do it. Not sexual at all, but just like, how does that happen? But that is something I would hard detour away from. Like just legit go the other way. Brian.
So this was actually a conversation because somebody had heard our podcast about this episode that he was referencing, and it was, is that really a thing, or is it just something that you're interested for the just the like we were talking about the spaghetti lady and her is that something that people actually want to do, or they just want to see if it's possible to be done on a video? And my comment was this: because of our numbers, statistically, it has to be a thing that people actually want to do. Like if you're getting 15,000 review or returns on videos of people doing this, then there is a statistical number of people that are actually participating in this type of activity.
No.
Okay.
I have to
No,
disagree.
I
It has
think
to
of
be a thing.
15,000 people watching a garlic clove, which is very rigid.
No, not 15,000 people watching. 15,000 videos of this. There are hundreds of
like the
thousands of people
category
watching.
of them.
Yeah, the category. If there's 15,000 videos of this particular activity, then that means there's hundreds of thousands of people watching.
Yeah. Cooking with anal food, if that's a category, that means it's in demand.
I do want to search garlic clove out of asshole, and it may be one, because honestly, that I'm a cook situation. That shit's rigid as fuck. The last thing I want is a garlic clove coming out of my asshole, in or out. Hello, no. So,
I can think of worse.
I can't, to be honest.
What?
I mean, okay, a knife. Jesus. Like, okay, I'll give you a knife. Like, not a great situation, but it's right there with garlic clove.
A cantaloupe.
Okay, but back to our confessions of weird. This was the first experience of watching a porn.
Yeah,
This was, hey, porns are popular. We should go find one and watch one. And then
we saw an asshole explode in our eyes with our best friend and our girlfriend.
Yeah.
Are you not fucking your girlfriend with your best friend at this point? I don't know. I'm gonna have to follow up with Chris.
I don't know. I've never been like, hey guys, do you want to watch a porn? Let's all gather around and pop some popcorn.
I haven't done the popcorn, but
I've never.
Never mind.
I've never.
This is a VHS. Yeah. This is a long time ago. It's not like you had regular access. Like if VHS, we're probably saying that he didn't have access to the internet at this point,
right?
Or regularly. So
sure.
We got to put ourselves in this mindset of like, whenever I found my dad's girly magazines or whatever, whenever I was a kid, or that kind of time period, they had no experience with porn. This was their entry level. And they went prolapse.
I just wish they would have. So my call out to this is a crazy great story for the podcast. My one thing I wish they would have done is when they got to the porn star that it took an hour to get to 50 miles away, if they would have just done a little more research on what they were purchasing, literally purchasing and taking home with them, not even renting or, downloading. Like you're literally taking a video home. You want it to be something good that you can rewatch.
But Cassie, could you? But they wouldn't have asked the question. It was like buying your condoms for the first time. They literally walked in the door. Walked in the door, grabbed the first box they could see, and then checked out. They wanted
you drove 50 miles to just grab the first thing you see, the semi-high girl in it, and just run. Like
I can see the scenario like it's a Kevin Smith movie. Like they walked in, grabbed the first one they could get, and they got the fuck out of there as fast as possible.
See, I was like a kid in a candy store my first time. I was like, I want to look at all the things and touch all the things and put batteries in all the things. I would never have been that person.
Because you were 21 at that point, right? Oh, you were 18? No, okay, that's good. All right, good on you, Portland. Okay. Well, if you have a confessions of weird that involves a social media mishap or a sexual mishap, go ahead and send your
a vinegar mishap.
What?
Yeah, vinegar mishap.
Vinegar mishap.
A prolapse.
Prolapse anus.
Oh,
yeah, prolapse anus. Mishap. No, we don't want any more of those. Well, we don't want Cassie after reading.
Yes, we do.
I'm done for the first
one. I'll do the second. You're fine.
I'm checking out.
Send them over. Yeah, send them over to itgotweirdpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear those.
We've got some fun trips that we will be making in the near future. So maybe we'll have an episode to see how Jenny may or may not have said I do.
We've been dodging that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for getting weird with us. And until next time,
go find a weird moment.
Go find it.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You've been listening to It Got Weird. Our unofficial sponsor today, Mizon All-in-One Snail Repair Cream. If you want to become an official sponsor, hit us up on itgotweirdpod@gmail.com. Thanks again to the Toadies for the use of their wonderfully, awesomely disturbing song, Possum Kingdom. And we'd love to give a shout out to Lex and Terry again for your continued support. You've been a wonderful mentor. Check back with us again on It Got Weird Pod.